The third one is not as common, but it does exist. And that is, some people stay in domestic violence because, well, obviously they're in love with the person. They wouldn't have started the relationship if they weren't, or if there wasn't some major connection. But sometimes, once people move into the primary phase, we all know that the tertiary phase, the secondary phase, and the primary phase, we all start dating the tertiary phase, which is a bit like university, tertiary education. It's easy. You only see people when they're at their best, and there's no vulnerability involved. A student's relationship with a tertiary teacher at uni is great because, it's all about self-governance. And that's why lovers and affairs are so seductive for many people, because they start in the tertiary, and tertiary relationships are easy. Secondary, when you become, it's like secondary school, primary school, there's a bit more commitment. However, there is autonomy. You're more emotionally available because you've decided, that you're going to have an exclusive relationship. But it becomes a primary relationship, a bit like a little kid's going to primary school in the first year. There's a lot more vulnerability, with a little child and a primary school teacher. The teacher might hold their hand if they cry, or help them with the Glad wrap off their lunch, or show them where the toilets are. Now, when we're in primary relationship, that we're back accessing at that deep heart level the apps that were installed in our primary, formulation of our whole emotional dances. So it's often when we date somebody, they say, oh my God, when we married, they changed. Or, when we started living together, everything changed. Or when we had a child, things changed. Well, of course they do, because you go deeper into the primary models. If you Google the word, husband, wife, mother, father, all of these files come up. And when that word starts to get used in our dialogue, my partner, my lover, this is the person I live with, all of the primary apps that were installed that don't work, that need to be reviewed in our library, open up. And the third reason some people stay is they have chosen their partner in the tertiary phases, and once they get married and have a few kids or get into a committed relationship, the primary app around verbal abuse, sexual abuse, physical abuse gets activated. That book comes off the shelf and gets opened up. And the person starts playing out, as I did, on a Sunday afternoon, when I wasn't used to being in a loving relationship without the anesthetic of drugs and alcohol. All the primary horror stories came out. And, I don't know the Baden Clays, but, that's been a really big story at the moment. You just, energetically, you get a sense that, we're just listening to, you probably saw it in 60 Minutes, Alison's girlfriend's talking about the fact that, leaving him wasn't an option, and sounded like she was a little bit bewildered. And, we don't know. It's just hearsay. But, perhaps in situations like that, where a man or a woman's come from a loving home environment where there's been no issue with anger, there's been no violence, there's been no neglect, there's just been no exposure to that. And then all of a sudden, this shows up in their primary relationship. They're bewildered, and questioned and lost, and waiting for it to pass or waiting for it to change, because it's just not something they've ever had to do before or ever had to access before, and nor have their extended tribe. It's a little bit like, dropping you or I into a war zone. We don't go to sleep at night with bombs going off and gunfire. We would find that traumatic. We would find that bewildering. We would have to start to download a whole new app to learn how to get to sleep and not be frightened and not take it on, not getting personally involved. It'd be very difficult for us. And sometimes people find themselves, once they're deep in a relationship with somebody, with this domestic violence book falling from the shelves out of the archives of their past that hasn't happened before, and they stay because they really do believe they can find a way to work it out, because they grew up in a home where everything got worked out. And some people die in those relationships, and that's a tragedy.